that type of guy, David Beckham, Leonardo DiCaprio type, a George Clooney type, a Brad Pitt, whatever, how many of them would be even remotely comfortable with what Sneako is suggesting?
I don't think any high value woman would be okay with that.
What's a high value woman?
A woman who knows her worth and knows she can do better than that, because there are men out there that aren't gonna want to see a whole bunch of women at one time.
But what determines a woman's worth?
I think a woman determines her own value.
See, that's the
An
difference
alpha
between
female.
You see, like, she has no idea what determines a person's worth. How is someone low value or high value? All right, you don't determine your own worth. The market or other people dictate what you're worth, right? When you go and Google somebody's net worth, they have to have compiled all that money through providing value. They take that money, accumulate it up in their bank accounts. Why? Because they were able to convince somebody else to give them that money. All right. And if they're going to give you money, guess what? You better be valuable. You better be valuable. So that would make you a high value person. All right. Now, when it comes to genders, what makes a high value man is not what makes a high value woman. All right. We're different. We are different. All right. And we all have our own specialties.
men and women. Like, a man can't just determine their value. The world dictates how valuable you are.
The marketplace, you're saying.
Right. Like,
Capitalism.
women could just make up how valuable she is in her head and then just assume that the world should follow that. But we can't operate like that. Imagine if I said like that, I'm just worth that. Like, why? Because I believe it. Everybody would think that I'm delusional, but women can believe that.
I don't know. I think as a woman, you need to hold yourself to a certain...
See, this woman's a lawyer, bro. This woman's a lawyer and still can't think or process what he just said. She can't.
standard to get the respect that you want.
Well, let's just give this example here because, I mean, believe me, as much as I agree with you or even disagree with you, you're not going to change these girls' minds.
No, yeah.
How many girls? How many girls' minds have you actually changed? Like, actually.
It takes a lot of work.
You might be exposing, but
No,
I don't know if you're changing. But the point is this. Those 50 girls, let's just call them high-value women. They're pretty. They're intelligent. They've made it. They're on fucking...
You see, this is the problem. This is the problem with guys like this. That's just like, yeah, you know what? Let's just play along with their delusion. Let's just call whatever they think a high-value woman is. Let's just call that that. But does that same mentality apply to a guy? No, it doesn't. We can't just say, oh, you know what? I like to sit on the couch, play video games all day, and just be on my computer, and I'm still a high-value man. So a girl that's a 10 out of 10, all right, looks great, has her nails done, has her eyelashes done, has her hair done, she should accept me for me, even though I'm just a fat loser sitting behind a screen doing absolutely nothing besides playing video games. Oh, but she should be with me. How fucking dumb do we look? Come on, man. That doesn't make me a high-value man. Stop the cat.
Age at Miss USA. I mean, that's kind of, in terms of beauty, the pinnacle.
I mean, not only that, all these women are accomplished. They're, Harvard graduates. Some girls are in the military. I mean, these girls are...
This isn't Playboy. You just have to have some fake titties and walk on stage. You have to have some
substance.
Qualifications.
No, these girls have beauty and brains.
So whether you agree or disagree, these are women that would classify themselves as high-value women. But back to my initial question.
All right, here's the thing is I wouldn't call them high-value women. I call them, a high-value person, all right? Maybe they have certain accolades and certain skills that other people value, and therefore they're getting paid based off their skills and their worth, all right? That would make you a high-valued person, all right? Or a high-valued lawyer even, right? But not a high-value woman when it comes to the dating market or relationship.
How many of them would accept a dope guy, awesome guy?
Yo, shout out AKA Damn. Adam snaked Andrew and exposed how many kids he got. Really? Yo, send me the link down below. All right, we'll react to that next.
Successful guy cheating on them or exploring their options.
I don't think any of them would be okay with someone cheating on them.
None of them.
I don't
Not even
think
one.
so. I don't think so.
What do you think? Any of those girls?
They would cry about it, and they can't say it because they can't put their ego down, but they would cry, get mad, and then stay if they're with a man that's really like that.
Okay, so maybe they do cry and stay once, but it's almost like fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So like, let's say you did do that, you cheated on a girl, hey baby, I was on a business trip, I love you, things happen. How many times?
No, see, if you apologize, then she's gonna leave the next time. If you don't apologize and you set the bar, then she's going to expect that this is what my guy wants.
But on the other side of that,
See, here's the thing. Hold up. Before she starts saying something, because they totally missed the game that Sneako just spit. All right. It's like, if you're a man of a certain caliber and you have certain boundaries and certain preferences, all right, and you communicate that to your girl, and then she ends up getting upset about the things that you've communicated, you do not cry, you do not subside, you do not subdue. All right. You can have empathy. But you don't cry, you don't break, you don't crack, you don't apologize. You hold your frame, you maintain your frame, all right? Because that frame that you have, those boundaries and your preferences, shouldn't be molded for somebody else if they were correctly communicated in the beginning, all right? If she feels some kind of way about it, then just as us men, if we feel a certain way about something, all right, we have to fix our emotions. We have to deal with our emotions and our feelings in the way in which we feel. All right? But we don't have to change our preferences for somebody when they know exactly what they got themselves into. That's something that a woman has to deal with.
one of my favorite quotes is, what you tolerate, you encourage. So as a woman, if you're tolerating that, you're encouraging that behavior.
Yeah. I just don't, okay, how many case examples? This is a very important topic because I know you believe very strongly in this. And I've been a cheater and I've been faithful in relationships. And I've been all in between, and I hang out with millionaires and billionaires and athletes. And this is a very sensitive topic. I get it, but you run face forward toward it, run towards it, and respect to you on that. But what case examples do you have of high value men that actually do this, and the women that are like, yeah, I'm with you. Like what, like show me examples of who's actually
breathe air.
Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, Fresh and Fit, Sneako. These are all men in the red pill space specifically that are constantly being bombarded and attacked and created hit pieces about for the way in which they live their own lifestyles, all right? Jay Waller. These are all people that are true to the things that they say. They teach this and they preach this, all right? Most people in the industry that are following the culture, that are culture hawks or whatever, right? Those people are not going to openly speak about how to maintain a relationship when you want to be polygamous. They're not going to talk about those things. And also, nobody's probably talked to them about it. So what do? They keep it behind closed doors for the most part, right?
doing this?
Any woman with a high value man.
No, I'm like, name names is what I'm saying. Like
Beyonce, Jay-Z. Beyonce, like people consider her the high value woman. Everybody looks up to her, single ladies. But Jay-Z cheated on her many times, and she's still there.
You think he's still cheating on her?
100%.
You think so?
No shit.
Really?
Of course.
I don't know about that.
Come
brother.
on.
You think Beyonce and the Beehive are playing that game?
They don't talk about it because she
know
can't
about
ruin her
that.
reputation. She needs to be the boss bitch on Twitter, but behind
Yeah.
the scenes, come on.
I don't
Jay's
know
out
about
here
that.
fucking.
I don't know about that.
All right, that's speculation, bro. That's clearly crazy speculation, bro. You should bring up some real concrete examples of people doing it in the space.
Know that obviously Solange Knowles beat the shit out of him in an elevator one time, or attempted to, because he cheated one time. Go deeper. Who else?
Married guys?
Yeah. Or committed relationship.
Well, a lot of this is not going to be communicated because the famous guys that we're talking about, they understand that the woman's ego is going to be at stake if they talk about this. But come on, you know these guys.
What I'm saying is,
Exactly. Pretty much the guys that are high value can't really come out and speak about it, especially if they're in front of media, right? Because their reputation is going to get tarnished. They also don't want to embarrass their female in front of the entire world. So only a man that's able to truly talk about these things openly through social media, communicates that to the girl that he's with, and carries this kind of relationship is able to do it in both ways, in front of the public and behind closed doors. But most high-value guys, what they've encountered is, guess what? They don't want to embarrass their wife. Their wife cannot handle the truth. Therefore, she may know, but she rather just ignore it and live in delusional la-la land and be completely lied to and be separated from that. Most women will just take that pack in order to deal with it emotionally.
but I hear you. I wish that I could be with a hot ass chick and she was totally cool with me banging more chicks. That'd be amazing. what I'm trying to
shout out to the
establish
4
is-
people
Bad
here.
Bunny and his wife, he has.
Okay.
He's fucking other girls.
Okay, this is what I'm interested in. It's
But do
like-
they have an open relationship?
Right.
Is it communicated?
Yes, I think they publicly.
I
have an
think
open
that's
relationship.
Okay, so Bad Bunny, the biggest Latin trap rapper
Biggest
in the
artist
world
right now. No, biggest artist period right now.
Okay, so we're talking not the 1%. We're not talking the 0.1%. We're talking the biggest, bestest thing on the planet. Got it. We're talking arguably one of the top 2 or 3 greatest rappers of all time. Got it. Who else?
But I think it's important to note that they're in an agreement that it is an open relationship. So he's
I don't know
not
if
cheating.
Beyonce's in an agreement like that. Baby.
Well, with Bad Bunny.
okay, but I genuinely want to know because if I'm gonna
A
follow
lot of these guys.
playbook,
This is public.
yeah.
But most of these men that you're talking about, they will have an understanding. So it's not going to be an open relationship. The wife just eventually just comes to terms with what's going to happen. And they'll keep it
I
behind
don't think
closed
that's
doors.
true.
They'll do it sneaky. They'll do it on business trips.
Bro, yo, can we agree, yo, guys, for the people that are watching, can we agree, leave 1 if women can handle the truth, leave 2 if she can't handle the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Do you think women can handle the truth about being in an open relationship, or do you think they'd rather ignore it and be lied to? 1, if you can think they can handle the truth. 2, if you think they can't.
Yeah.
And they'll just keep it quiet and then just come home like, or she might find a pair of panties in the car and then she'll throw it away if she's a good wife. She just won't.
But are you
give it a
proud?
problem.
Are you proud of that, cheating on your girl?
Am I proud of it?
Yeah, like you're acting like it's something that
I'm not saying I
guys
do
should
it.
be proud of.
I'm saying that this is just the nature of the world. This is what happens.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. They throw around the word cheating so loosely. All right, if there's an agreement, then it's not something you should be proud of. All right, but it's definitely something that you have to earn. All right, you have to earn the ability to be able to be with multiple women and maintain those multiple relationships. All right, it's not something that you just get to brag about because, oh yeah, you just get it, you just have it, I deserve it. No, it's something that you earn. It's something that you have to have self-respect in, and you have to respect the woman that you're with as well. All right, and they have to respect each other too. So, you know, it's not just like, oh, is that something you're proud about, like cheating on all your? No, it's not something degrading. They try to shame it, they try to degrade it with the way in which they talk about it.
With guys who have made it.
And look, 2 guys right here. Joseph Charles, shout out to you, bro. 2, women can't handle the truth. Check this timeline, 126:20. This is when Adam exposed Andrew. All right, in what video though, brother? In what video?
Do you think all guys cheat?
Every guy cheats. Every guy wants to cheat at least. No guy is naturally monogamous.
You think Tom Brady cheats?
100%.
think that-
Tom Brady definitely cheats, bro. I think he has to, bro. He's away in camp. He has to cheat, but we don't know. That's all speculation.
Why they divorced?
No, it's because he wanted to keep working. That had nothing to do with it. She realized that she was with the best man that she can get with.
Yup.
So she stayed until he just didn't want to give up his career.
But he's with like one of the top models of all time. Why? My question is why?
Yo, do you guys think Tom Brady's wife Giselle took a L by leaving Tom Brady? She left him because he chose his career over her feelings. Do you think that Giselle took an L? 1, if you believe she took an L. 2, if you believe she didn't. I think she took a fat L, bro. You know why? Because now she's
Single as fat.
all right. There's rumors that she's dating a jiu-jitsu instructor or some shit that's not making nowhere near as much as Tom Brady. So this woman essentially ruined her marriage and ruined her family by separating herself from her husband that, from what we know, wasn't even unfaithful. She went on an open interview and said, hey, I'm leaving you because you want to play football instead of being with me. Biggest red flag, bro. That's how you know feminism got to her, bro. All right? If she felt some kind of way, she should have dealt with it. That's it. What are you guys saying? One. Oh, on this podcast, bro. Oh, that's what you're saying. All right. I'll fast forward in a bit.
I would.
I don't even know her name. I don't even.
Giselle.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Why would a guy like that cheat on? I mean, literally like one of the top supermodels of all time.
Well, listen, I'll tell you.
We
this.
just like variety.
Yeah.
Why would he cheat? See, this is a woman that doesn't understand a men's nature, all right? Is because the best pussy is always a new pussy, bro. All right? It's always going to be new. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean for a long period of time you can't be strictly monogamous, all right? Like, for example, I'm in a relationship, right? I told my girl I don't believe in monogamy, all right? At some point in our timeline, in our relationship that we work hard to maintain, all right? There's going to be a point where I'm going to want to step out or better yet, I'm going to want to enjoy the experience with you. All right. Now that conversation has been had. It's not an easy conversation to have, but it's an open, honest, transparent conversation. And most women, and I'll tell you, even my relationship, all right, it's hard for them to handle it. It's hard for them to hear it. All right, it's hard, but you got to keep a strong frame when you're having this conversation, because this is the truth. This is the truth, and it's not coming from a disingenuous or bad intentions. And if the woman wants to leave, you have to let her go. You got to let her go, because this is the truth. You want to be truthful with the person you're with and what you're building. All right, you don't want to encounter these problems later down the line. There are women that do this, that will tell you, "Oh yeah, I'm all good to have a threesome, blah blah blah," and then as you're with them, then they start to backtrack on that, and they're like, "Yeah, nah, I'm not down with that. That's not cool with me at all." That shit ain't cool, bro. That shit ain't cool, because she's the one who's lying. So then what did that promote the guy to do? To go and lie, because she can't handle the truth, right?
You can't handle the truth.
Like,
If you have steak for dinner every single night,
gonna get bored. You need
sometimes just
sushi.
want a fucking hamburger. I get
Some
it.
fried
I mean,
chicken.
I'm not saying. Here's
City
my
boy,
point, bro.
city boy.
I'm giving like there's rules and exceptions. Okay, so as a guy who's been faithful in some relationships and a guy who's cheated in some relationships, I understand both sides of the equation. Here's what I will say: 99.99% of you guys are not pulling this off. The reason I asked you for examples is
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's why it's like, if you're going to be able to have these multiple relationships, you have to be able to maintain them. Therefore, you should be making that kind of income to maintain those kinds of relationships. That's why for men that have these relationships, they have to earn the ability to have these relationships. All right. And for the most part, listen, I'm not going to lie, bro. City boys are city boys, man. They might start off lying, deceiving, whatever, and then make that money, and then they filter in new women and they try to be open about it. That's the timeline that guys go through. All right. Now I'm just sharing with you what these guys may go through. All right. Just being honest. For example, Sneako. Sneako is a perfect example of that.
why. You just named the best rapper of all time.
That have publicly done it. They have publicly done it. But I
Publicly,
will.
we can only talk publicly. You don't know fucking shit what's going on behind the scenes. All we can, hey, my boy Bill down the street, he did it. Who the fuck's Bill?
Well, I'm not talking about
names
Bill.
you can name.
They will keep
number
it
one
secret though. That's my
the
point.
number one Latin musician in the world right now, the best football player ever. Okay, so like to become that person, like you have to become such a man of status to reach that point.
Or
So
even my boy Steve will do it on Rumble. One of the Nelk boys, he was canceled too. Same thing. Everybody knows his girl. She's in all his videos, and
Okay.
they have an open relationship.
That's
and
the guy.
He's out
That's
here.
the case example. Steve will do it.
How many examples do you want me to give
No,
before?
I'm just saying, what I am actually asking you is like, cool, I get it, but like, are you?
I get it. What he's trying to say is that pretty much the average Joe, all right, can't have these relationships, and we agree. We all agree that the average Joe shouldn't have these kinds of relationships. All right, for the 11 people that are here, all right, do you agree that? Just got lunch. What's up, chat? Yo, IXS, what's up, bro? Do you guys agree, all right, that the average Joe should not be in a polygamous relationship? Do you agree with that? The average Joe should not be in a polygamous relationship. 1, if you agree. 2, if you disagree.
Are you saying that? I'm not even saying you. Are you saying that you're on Jay-Z level? That you're on Bad Bunny level? Like, at what level can you have that conversation with a girl? Here's my point.
Yeah, Joseph Charles, I'm not going to lie. He is acting a little cringe.
I know guys that are multimillionaires, billionaires, NBA athletes. I'm not saying they don't cheat, but there's definitely no understanding with their girl.
Breathe
like, bro,
air.
Just tell my girl I was over here. Like, they're not like, yeah, baby, it is what it is. This dick's
That's
got.
And you know why those high-value men have to lie, bro? Because guess what?
You can't handle the truth.
So sometimes, and a lot of the times, there can be those behind-the-door agreements with their girl, all right? She rather just not know and be completely delusional about it. That shit is true. That shit is true.
Do what it's got to do.
That's my point. We're
One,
agreeing.
one,
so these
one,
guys
one.
will
Facts,
do it.
bro.
It's just the understanding is different. See, Bad Bunny is a
Never heard of peasants with harems.
level where he can just communicate with his wife, and it takes a lot of work to actually
Yes.
be open about it. My point is that most guys will do it, and then the girl kind of knows, but they don't really talk about it. It's this unspoken thing, and that is a level of understanding. And if she catches him, if it's right in front of her face, then she's going to be upset. But I think there is a mutual understanding that that's what's going on.
I would encourage you to any super successful guy you meet, I hope this isn't the last time I see you. And I hope to introduce you to a lot of successful guys I know. Guys that can open up a lot of doors for you. Money, access, clout, all that. And I want you to ask them, yo, between me and you, what's it really like? But like, what are you really doing? And get their answers. Because I've asked them these questions. These agreements don't exist as much as you think, brother. I hope it did. I wish it did. I just don't know if it does.
Okay,
Well, here's the thing is that these agreements, you know, they're not going to be open about those kinds of agreements. They don't want to put their woman in a certain kind of spotlight. That's why they have to act like those kinds of guys, right? And remember, this is the perfect example. It's one of my favorite quotes, right? Is women fall in love with what they hear. Men fall in love with men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. That's why women wear makeup and men lie, all right? Most of the guys out there, most of the influencers, most of the creators out there, what are they doing? They lying, bro. They not keeping it 100 because they can't. Society will ostracize them. They'll lose their brand deals. Cancel culture is here, right?
Double kill.
cheating, yes or no?
Some are and some are not.
Most are, right?
Some are and some are not.
Okay.
There you go. Most. He didn't want to say most, but it was most.
But the agreement is the part that a lot of guys are not capable of doing because it's hard to navigate female emotion. But if they can get around that, then they can actually have a communicated understanding. My point is, I think we're agreeing that the understanding part is different. Like, they know, but they don't.
We got 16 people in the chat. WU guys. Joseph Charles just said the host is missing the point. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how you're masculine. It's about your masculine urge. There you go.
I don't know. It's just something you don't think about or discuss as the boogeyman.
Here's what I will tell you, and this is where I will agree with you. We talked about the 80-20 rule. The 100% of women, if not 80% of women, want to fuck the top 10% of guys. That's just how it works. Like, they all want to fuck the top G, which we'll talk about.
And that's called hypergamy. It's called hypergamy.
Tate in a second. So it's supply and demand. That's just economics. This is a financial show at the end of the day that we talk relationships. It's supply and demand. The demand is there, but the supply is very limited. There's only the 1% or the 10% for a reason. There's a reason that 1/3 of men under 30 have not been laid in a year. So the bottom third ain't getting no love. And then there's the middle third that maybe get some fucking, things thrown to them here and there. And there's the upper echelon that are getting all the chicks. That's just kind of how it works. And that goes to the premise of the show, is that improving your status, improving your network, improving your financial, improving your relationship status to become the top echelon of man. You're not saying that any dude can do this, correct?
No.
Who can do this?
You have to earn it.
You have to earn it. And how do you earn it?
By improving yourself, by providing, by earning your worth. And that's the difference, and we established that between men and women. Women can kind of determine their worth in their head. Men, their worth is determined by how the world perceives them. And so you have to...
Boom, bro. And that's the biggest difference between men and women, right? This woman lawyer over here, she can be like, oh yeah, a high value woman is whatever I deserve, whatever I feel. I determine my own value. No, you don't. Society determines your value. As men, we cannot go around just saying, oh, we're valuable because I feel this way. We can't do that. It doesn't work the same way. Yo, IXS, EXO, shout out to you, bro. Welcome back. Like you said, takes a certain amount of money for more. Swear be getting lit when I join. Every time, bro. Every time. We built different. That's facts. Yo, shout out to the 13 people here.
Add value to the world, and that will determine how much you can cheat.
One thing I'll tell you that we 100% agree upon, 100%, I've seen a bunch of your clips, is, well, let me ask Heather. What do you call a guy that has sex with a lot of women?
Not somebody I want to be with.
But what would you call them?
Really? You want to be with an incel?
I don't. What would I call him?
Boom. Got her. It took one question. He got her.
A guy who's been with a lot of women.
A man-ho? I don't know.
A man-ho?
Yeah.
Give me
Guys can't be hoes, bro. All right? We hoe makers. All right?
City boy!
By definition, we can't be hoes. We hoe makers.
Give me another word. Give me a couple words. Just don't try to give me
A player.
a pimp, a player, a G, a hustler.
All right, yo, chat. Do you guys agree guys cannot be hoes? 1, if you agree. 2, if you disagree. Do you agree that guys can be hoes? All right? Because guys are not hoes, bro. Guys are hoe makers.
Like,
Yeah.
all right. Would you rather be with a guy like that or a guy who's still a virgin? I know it's a binary option, but who would you rather be with?
That's a loaded question.
You know the answer, Heather. You know the
Wait.
answer, Heather.
I need to think.
This is true. I mean,
She don't want to. She don't want to say the truth. She don't want to look bad. Like you said, Joseph Charles, the girl was triggered the entire podcast. The moment they stutter, it's game over.
Okay.
yeah.
Nah, it's because
You can't handle the truth.
that's why.
Okay. I mean, we're kind of getting the uncomfortable answer out of you. How hard is it for a guy to sleep with a lot of women?
I don't know. I'm not a guy. How hard
Okay.
is it?
There you go. She never thought about it. She never put herself in our position. But guess what? As men, we always have to have what?
Empathy.
Towards women, right? But they don't have to have the same empathy towards us.
See, women
I
don't understand
how easy is it for a woman to sleep with a lot of men? How hard is that?
I would say it's easier for women
Really? Why is that?
to
We
sleep with a lot
homie.
of guys.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like, what's the quote? Women choose who they sleep with, and men choose who they marry.
Boom.
Okay.
She got it.
That's a cute little response.
She
Here's
nailed
what I'll
it.
tell you, and I'm sure you agree with me. For a man to sleep
That's a
with,
complete fact. That's a complete fact. All right. Women choose who they sleep with, and men choose who they marry. That's why. If a man is going to choose who he marries, he can't choose the first woman that comes across him. He has to have multiple women so that he can better determine who he chooses to marry. Women, therefore, right? She chooses who she sleeps with. Therefore, she has to be very, 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 very selective of who she gives away her value to. So that's how we're different. She knows it. She gets it.
hundreds of women, a bunch of women. Do you know how much value he needs to bring to the marketplace, to the sexual marketplace? He needs to be good looking. He needs to be funny. He needs to be suave. He needs to be cool. He needs to be a gentleman, but not too much of a gentleman. He needs to be a nice, but not too nice. He needs to be an asshole, but not too much of an asshole. He needs to have banter. He needs to be witty. He needs to have connections. He needs to have clout. He needs to do all that to sleep with all those women.
Breathe air.
Oh, chick, what does she need to do?
You could walk outside right now, spread your legs, and there'll be a dick in there in 5 minutes. If I walk
2
outside
minutes.
naked, I'm going to jail. Like if I do the
belongs
same
to the
exact thing, I'm gonna
streets.
go to jail. So it's not the same thing. And when you say a word like manho, it just doesn't hit the same. Like, have you ever been shamed? Does that make you feel bad?
No, you're
a slut. Like,
yeah, I'll tell you.
cool.
Let me.
It's like a
yes.
compliment, but
So-
for a
And
woman,
that's why, and that's exactly why men can't be hoes. We can't. It doesn't hit the same, all right?
she knows that it's bad because she just gave up her value for nothing.
I see this girl last night. Okay, I have some drinks with friends, and by the way, I've been partying in South Beach for 20 years. So this isn't like I'm from Miami. I didn't just show up and like, oh. This is a girl who's been around South Beach as a waitress. She goes, I have something to tell you. I say, yeah, because I was there with a girl and she knew another girl. She goes, you're a little hoe.
Oh.
I said, all right, what else? She goes, but you're so sweet. You're so nice. You always take care of us. You treat us right. You always tip us. Like, you're like the best. And I go, am I still a hoe? She goes, yeah, but like, you're my hoe, kind of a thing.
You know what's the thing is that she will still marry that man. She will still get and want to be in a relationship with that man. All right? You see? But a guy most guys that are high value don't want to marry a hoe. They don't. That's the truth. What are they going to say?
She belongs to the streets.
It's a difference between a girl being that dirty hoe. Like when you're saying the man hoe thing, there's like a,
No, I agree. It's totally different.
It's
I
totally
agree.
different.
Yeah, I agree.
okay, Leonardo DiCaprio, man hoe, yeah? Yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
Derek Jeter, man hoe, yeah?
Sure.
Okay? You would date these types of men. George Clooney, man hoe, yeah? These are the highest value men on the planet, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So what chick is sleeping with a bunch of dudes? So I've interviewed Lisa Ann, porn star.
Yeah.
Okay. I've interviewed Nikki Benz, porn star. I've interviewed Alexis Texas, porn star. Great girls.
All right, guys. We're going to move forward with this because this dude is just kind of boring me at this point.